In this video, I want to answer the question, what is the derivative of an inverse function? So let's say here we have two abstractly named inverse functions, f of x and g of x. They're inverses. Well, what does this mean? This means that if we take f of g of x, so we have a composition here, if we take f of g of x, this is always going to equal x. Somehow they are inverse functions like this. Okay, so how would we okay, let's say we wanted to know what is the derivative with respect to x of f of x. And we don't have information on the derivative of f of x. We just know maybe some values of f of x and g of x. Okay, how would we find this? Well, we can use this fact here about the inverse functions. We can rewrite it to say this is also true the other way around. G of f of x equals x. Okay, now, so these are equivalent here. These are equivalent. And we can use this. We can say, okay, instead of finding the derivative directly, let's take a little detour. Let's find the derivative of this expression. So what is the derivative now of g of f of x? Because now we're going to be using the chain rule. So this is how fast g is changing around f of x. That's g prime of f of x times how fast f of x is moving at x, right? Okay, so there's two little knobs. Now, this is always going to equal also the derivative of this side, which is 1. So now we have a nice expression here, which, note, includes this value of f that we were looking for. So now if we go ahead and simplify it, we just divide by g prime of f of x, we find our answer. The derivative with respect to x of f of x, this equals 1 divided by the derivative of its inverse function at x, at f of x. And that right there is the derivative of inverse functions.